Hi. So I was asked a question today that really made me think, and it was, what makes you stand out compared to other real estate agents? I would say that my main three things would be construction, design, and numbers. I'll get more into that. And also, I moved here in 2011 as an Army wife, and I got licensed to sell real estate and joined our local MLS May 1st of 2014. So obviously I love to work with military, but I would say what makes me stand out is that construction, design, and numbers, I'm being licensed almost 10 years. My career has changed as the markets have changed. My clients' needs have changed. But I would say, starting out with investors. So I had a couple of investor clients pretty early on in my career. First couple months, I gained 2 investors. I learned a lot about construction during this time. I knew a lot about construction from being married to somebody who's worked in construction forever, that's good at everything with construction. He's good at everything. It's kind of annoying sometimes. But anyways, I learned a lot from him. And then I gained investor clients, and we went through these houses that needed a lot of work. So I got really good at budgets, creating spreadsheets with all those budgets in there, net sheets to show you what the purchase price would be, renovation budget, cost associated with selling based on these different sales prices, and what the comps were to resell it and what those finishes needed to be before even going to look at it. So we did our construction budget once we were there, but I knew if we were going to go look at it or not based on, how much wiggle room we would have to spend on the reno. So I learned a lot about construction with that. So costs of construction, and not just new construction, because these are flips. There's demo involved. And it's completely different than new construction. Walls aren't usually real square, and you're, fixing a lot of issues that you uncover as you take walls down. So I got really good at walking through a house in 15, 20 minutes, writing numbers down and being like, yeah, this one makes sense or it doesn't. So investors want to invest as little money as they can for a maximum profit. So that experience has helped me with sellers that aren't investors too, because I can show up and say, hey, your house needs a few things to be able to get the price that you're wanting. I can get you this price if we put in $5,000 or $10,000 or whatever. Or we can sell it in its current condition and you're gonna get around this price. So I got really, really good at doing comps and budgets and all things nerdy, which I've always excelled at, let's be honest, because I'm a dork. So really, it's all around numbers for me. Cost of construction, what it's going to sell for. Numbers are the basis for everything for me. And then design. I really love doing design. I love, have done some tweaks on floor plans, but that's not what I mean by that. I mean like your finishes. Really like doing that stuff. If you need somebody, say, you call me and you say, I have no idea what buyers are looking for. I have this much money. I need this house to sell fast and for the most money. What can we do? That is my time to shine, okay? I love to come in and say, I can help you get this price let me get a granite person in here because your countertops are like blue laminate and nobody's going to be fighting over that. Of course, I can say it nicer. And then also, I have worked with new construction. So I have a builder client. He does custom builds. He brings me in on those unless it's like family. So I'm part of that process from the beginning to the end. So I'm very well versed on all things construction. And then also I'm very competitive. So your days on market, it's really something I don't like them to be on the market very long. I know that you're going to get the most money the faster it sells. So we have to find that sweet spot of price and condition to get you sold as fast as you can so that you get the most money. So it has to be just right when it hits the market. None of this, oh, well, you know, if it doesn't sell, I'll power wash the house and paint the front door. No, got to do that before it hits the market, because first impressions are everything. Anyways, that's a whole nother video. So I also have a client that buys rentals. That has been the latest thing I have learned. That was not something that I started doing. That was something later on, because the market has changed on being able to find flip properties. It's harder and harder to find them. So I would say that I use all of my combined experience. You don't have to be an investor or a builder for my skills to, you know, be a benefit to you. It really pays off for everybody. And if you want to sell your house as is, there are people that buy them in any condition, especially investors. If you say, you know, this house needs a roof and the basement leaks and, you know, I just need to get out of it. I can't afford to fix it. I just need to sell this house and move on and move to something that doesn't need work. We can do that too. So I would say that that's what makes me stand out, before I start rambling like crazy. My nerdy spreadsheets are probably number one. If you guys have any questions at all, let me know. I'd be glad to meet with you.